Welcome back to a timey-wimey pod where we dive into the timey-wimey world of Doctor Who. I'm Rebecca.
I'm Haley.
And this week we are discussing Series 5, Episode 6, The Vampires of Venice. Haley, how are you?
I'm doing good. I'm really interested to see what today's episode will bring in terms of discussions. There's lots to discuss, and I feel like this is an episode that we haven't really talked about together before.
Yeah, I guess not. And it's our last episode before Christmas. So,
It
Merry
is.
Christmas!
Merry Christmas. Don't worry, we will be back on January 7th with, oh my gosh, not me blinking, Amy's Choice.
Oh, yes. I almost said The Hungry Earth, but no, Amy's Choice. Oh, we get to start off the year strong. That's nice.
Yeah, it is nice. But how are you doing tonight?
I'm doing good, and enjoying the Christmas season. Have you been watching any Christmas specials?
Yes, as a matter of fact.
Me asking things I know the answer to.
As a matter of fact, yes, I watched the Christmas Invasion with you.
What?
I
What?
know.
Yes, we watched it over I almost said Zoom. We watched it over FaceTime or something the other night. And I've also so far this holiday season I watched Husbands of River Song, which I feel like has always in recent years it's always become the first one I watch just because it's always the one I'm most looking forward to watch because it's my favorite. Spoilers. And then we did the Christmas Invasion, and then after that I watched Twice Upon a Time. And then I watched The Woman Who Fell to Earth. Not a Christmas special, but I was just riding that high of that regeneration scene, and I was like, let me watch A Woman Who Fell to Earth. Check this out.
I did not know this. Okay. We need to discuss this afterwards. Not that there's a problem with that episode, but it was a
surprise for us all.
Okay. I still find it hilarious that in your last Doctor Who rewatch, you were like, I cannot watch the series 10 finale because it's too painful, but you skipped right ahead to Twice Upon a Time to watch Peter regenerate.
There's something about it. Okay. There's it's somehow easier. Like, I don't know. Somehow it's easier than watching what happens to Bill, Don't ask me to explain. Also, the Twice Upon a Time, it's so funny. There's you're laughing.
True.
It's distracting you from the pain. So.
So true. But yeah, I definitely have the Husbands of River Song on my list I want to watch. Low-key, I want to watch The Church on Ruby Road again.
Me too. I want to watch Church on Ruby Road and Joy to the World for sure.
Yeah. I'm feeling the vibes of the return of Dr. Mysterio. We'll see if I'll watch that one. Definitely want to watch Last Christmas with 12 and Clara. Such a good one. Yeah, and you know what? Voyage of the Damned is on the table this year. And
it might get watched. It
might. And you guys know we had beef with Voyage of the Damned, but after certain events transpired in the Whoniverse, we were like, oh, it's not
now
that
we love
bad.
It.
Yeah.
It's because we watched Planet of the Dead and we were like, oh, this is a way worse version of Voyage of the Damned, and now we love Voyage of the Damned.
Exactly. Exactly.
Yeah. But we'll see. We'll see if it gets watched. If you're like, why aren't you watching the Christmas Carol? It's because we're gonna get to Matt Smith's Christmas special, so I'm just not watching them.
Yeah, and then I'm avoiding Matt's specials because I feel like A Christmas Carol is gonna come pretty soon.
Oh, we're gonna be there before we know it.
Exactly. So yeah, I'll wait for that.
I can tell you one thing we're not watching. The war between the land and the sea, because we can't.
Yeah, if you guys live over the pond, congratulations. You guys have access to something we don't. And it's annoying because I already know details about the war between the land and the sea.
I've been doing good so far. I'm just trying to like scroll past everything really
Yeah,
quickly.
mine was the result of my own making. I
You are
scrolled
your
Reddit.
worst. You do this to yourself all the time.
I know I really need to practice my self-control better.
Especially, we're gonna have to talk about it on the podcast. Just wait.
No, I know. I know. They're small details though. And by the way, no one really knows anything yet from what I've seen. It's still
Okay.
very much like
I've
everything's
seen
being
small
introduced.
things, like tiny
Yeah.
things, but um,
Yeah.
uh,
And there's rumors this isn't going to be a Doctor Who-less spinoff.
oh yes, I know exactly what you're talking about. I'm
But we'll
scared.
see. We'll know for sure by the time we're
Yeah.
back. So
Well, okay. After this, no more Land Between the Sea talk until we get to review those episodes.
agreed. Unless there's something. No, actually,
No,
doesn't matter what's in there.
doesn't matter. I don't care if someone regenerates into someone or if someone shows up. We'll get to it when we get to watch the episodes and talk about them on the pod.
Exactly.
Well, why we can't watch the fish alien show, we can watch this fish alien episode. So, Haley, would you like some fantastic facts for the Vampires of Venice?
Yes.
Alrighty. So, this episode aired May 8th, 2010. It was written by Toby Whithouse, who is a man I love. I don't know
Yeah.
him. He could pass me on the street. I don't know anything else he's done, but I love most of his Doctor Who episodes. This one, we'll get into
It's a
it.
mixed
But
bag.
yeah. He lasted. Do you remember his last episode actually?
School reunion.
You're right, school reunion, and we have much more to come. It was directed by Johnny Campbell, and he has one more episode after this. Okay, I only have two fantastic facts because I didn't have time to find a third one. So, yeah. But the working titles for this episode were the House of Calvary. Okay, how do you say the like the house name in this episode? They're like the House of Cavalieri.
Okay, I wrote it down and I need to say the full thing. Okay. Lady Rosanna Calvary.
Calvary. Okay. It was going to be called The House of Calvary or Blood and Water. But Stephen was like, no, Vampires of Venice is a more like classic Doctor Who title. And I think they went with the right choice, to be honest. The OG idea for this episode was having the Doctor get trapped in like this kitschy hostel thing that was actually this like high-tech labyrinth. But Stephen and the producers, they were like, that's a little too similar to the Time of Angels, so they did this instead. But if you're like, that sounds kind of familiar, it's because they kind of like reuse that idea in the God Complex next series.
I was gonna say,
Yeah.
It sounds, yeah.
Mm-hmm. All right, well, you ready to jump into the episode?
Yes, I am. Rebecca, what are your thoughts on this episode?
You know, one thing about us, we love like a filler episode. We love a campy episode. We love a low stakes episode. And so we love this. At least I do. I'll speak for myself. It's a fun time. Rory's here. Like, there's some great comedic moments. The relationships between everyone is at a really weird and awkward place, but it's kind of fun to watch. The ending and the actual plot of this episode, it kind of falls apart at the end. The plot's not the plot's not the best. I really like the villain though, but the episode kind of falls apart and it's like, wait, why is this happening? But overall, it's a fun vibe. You'll never see me hating on it. But what are your thoughts?
I'm right there with you. You're not going to catch me hating on this episode either. Definitely a filler episode. You know, the plot could have been stronger and there's definitely weak spots in this episode. And like you said, there's some like very awkward character, just like dynamics happening here. But I like it. And I think I really enjoy it too because of like the episodes right after this one and before this one, I feel like it really just like, even though it's a filler episode, it kind of goes and glides with the rest of the series.
Yeah.
I enjoy it. It's a fun time. To be honest, like I just watch it for a fun, silly, goofy time. I don't ever really stop to analyze this episode, so doing that earlier today was honestly interesting. And I was like, oh yeah, okay, yeah, this plot falls a little flat, but at the end of the day, it's camp, it's low stakes, and I'm not gonna like totally hate on it.
Yeah, no, I am with you completely. So we start off, it's Venice, 1850. Where were you? In 1850.
1850? 1580?
Was it 1580? Oh, yeah,
Yeah.
you're right. Why did I write 1850? That makes so much more sense because I was like, the plague was in the 1800s. I was like, I feel like this is a little late for plague times, but okay.
So that's so funny. Yeah, it has
Oh.
Oh no, it is. It is 1580. Okay.
Oh, okay.
Okay. For a
My
split
bad.
second, like I transposed the numbers when I was looking on the TARDIS wiki right now, and I panicked and I was like, wait, the outfits everyone are wearing are not like 1800s clothes.
Yeah, I guess not. Well, let's move on. So Isabella, she's 17. She has no prospects. So she has to
Real.
go to this school. You know, she's so real for that. At the line, the dad, what's his name? Do you have the dad's
Guido.
name? Guido. Wait, what is it?
Guido.
Greedo.
No, Guido. Guido. Hold on, do you want me to
Greedo.
re-say that? No, there's no R.
Oh, okay.
It's Guido.
So say it again.
Guido.
Guido.
Yes.
Guido. Okay, I'm not trying to be funny, y'all. This is literally me not getting it. So I'm not trying to be rude or funny. I'm just dumb.
Sorry, I'm not trying to make fun of you either. I'm really not.
No, it's okay. I deserve it. Oh, and then we get this creepy ass fish son guy.
Honestly, all the fish are creepy in this episode.
Yeah. But especially this little son. You haven't seen Game of Thrones, but he reminds me of the little weird incest kid in Game of Thrones that kills everyone or something. Or he gets I don't know. He's there.
Wait, I don't know this lore. I feel like Joffrey. I know.
Do you know Joffrey?
No. I feel like I know only one thing and one thing only about Game of Thrones.
What's your one thing?
That like Sophie Turner played like a queen or something.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
And like everyone calls the finale the worst episode of TV in all of history, and like the whole entire cast hated the finale.
Yeah, I'm sure. I haven't actually seen it.
Me either.
My family, we briefly had HBO at the time, and my dad was into it. He might have even like read the books or something. So I watched it with my dad, but my mom didn't like it, so she canceled HBO on him. So
yeah, Game of Thrones is just too gory for me personally. I don't like gore.
I don't think I could watch it now, but as a teenager, I would watch like anything. But no, I don't think I could sit through it. Why are we talking about Game of Thrones?
That's what I was just about. Oh wait, we were talking about the son. Okay, but can we talk about how like the dynamic between him and Lady Rosanna is like, she is totally a boy mom.
Yeah, it's boy mom final boss. It's crazy. There's a moment later that I want to talk about, but we'll save it. Okay, I really like the line where the dad is like, she's my world, and then the fish queen says, then we will take your world. Such a menacing line. That's how you know, like, they're the Doctor Who villain this week. Like, I don't know. That's such a great line, and they're like so excited about it and so happy, but it's like, oh, you just know, like, this is bad.
Yeah, the actress, I can't recall her name, but who plays Lady Rosanna, she's really good in this episode. Like, she makes everything seem super, like, creepy. She's very menacing as a villain, and yeah, I I enjoy her portrayal. And you're right, the line is very menacing.
Yeah, Helen McCroy is the actress, and I think
Oh, that's
she
right.
does a great job. I think she's a real standout here. I was thinking even to watching like her scene with Matt Smith, like she could have been a good master to Matt Smith's doctor.
She could have. I was kind of getting those vibes too.
Yeah. They I think they played off of each other really well.
Agreed. But yeah, we're in Venice and Guido brought Isabella, then they take him away, and then Isabella's left, and then she gets bitten by the creepy sun. And then we cut to Rory Williams' stag
Well,
party.
we have a really fun transition of her
Yes.
screaming to him being Rory just on the phone like, "Hi."
Mm-hmm.
Okay, this whole I love
Okay.
everything about this. First off, if your man doesn't call you on his during his bachelor party, like he's not your
Mm-hmm.
man.
Exactly.
If he
Exactly.
doesn't drunkenly call you to tell you how much he's in love with you and how beautiful you are, like that's not your man.
Exactly.
Like he says, I haven't told you for 7 hours that I love you, which is a scandal. He loves her so much.
He does. And I'm not going to lie, this episode, I always feel bad for Rory
Yeah.
because just like, poor him. The way the news is delivered to him that Rory kissed the doctor is foul. Like, doctor, in what universe did you think it would sound good for you, one, to pop out of a cake during a stag party, and two, tell the groom at said stag party that you kissed the bride to be? Like, in what universe? Like, that wasn't right. Like, you would
I
have been slapped by Jackie Tyler.
Oh, yes. I love the doctor just not understanding social cues, especially the 11th doctor. This man does not
True.
understand what's going on, and it's so funny. Like just the idea because he mentions Lucy, the woman who was supposed to hop out of
Yeah.
this cake, and it's just so funny to me to think of them in like a back alley and he's talking to Lucy in her bikini, maybe she's, smoking a cigarette, and somehow he convinces her he's like, I should be the one to this cake, not you who have been paid to do this and will make probably a lot of money jumping out of this cake, but it should be me. And Lucy was just like, yeah, sure, I'll be here outside.
I think honestly, the way he went about it is he just like talked to her and pretended he was like one of Rory's old mates and was like totally surprising him at his stag party. And
Oh,
so she's like,
maybe,
"Oh, of
yeah.
course."
Yeah. He showed her the psychic paper that just said, I'm one of Rory's mates. It's okay, actually.
Yeah. That scene
Another
always is so funny though.
I love when he says, he like says that Amy kissed him, and then you just hear a glass breaking in the background.
And everyone goes silent, by the way.
Yeah. And then to make things even worse for himself, he says, and you're a lucky man because she's a great kisser. And it goes even more silent. Like, Rory's friends were
Yeah.
ready to fight. They were gonna go down.
As they should. Your mate should go throw down.
Another thing I love about this stag party, this bachelor party, is that they are all wearing matching shirts with a photo of Amy and Rory and a little heart. That is the cutest thing I've ever seen for like a bachelor party, stag party, whatever. If your man doesn't wear a photo of y'all in a heart at his bachelor party, he's not your man. Like,
he's just not that into you if he doesn't do that.
It's so cute. It's so funny. It kills me every time. Okay, also, can we talk about how weird this whole thing is from Rory's perspective? He hasn't seen the doctor in
Yeah.
2 years. And then
It,
he's the first time he sees him, he's jumping out of this cake.
and telling him Amy kissed him.
Yeah. Like, that's crazy.
It's actually diabolical. And then he just like takes Rory into the TARDIS. And
Yeah.
Rory is just standing there, like, not knowing what to say, what to think, what to do. Amy's pacing. The doctor's working on the TARDIS with his little goggles, which, side note, I love when he does that. And this
Me too.
TARDIS, when he works on the TARDIS, wears those goggles. I live
Yes,
for
under
this
the
TARDIS.
console. I love that under the console space. It's one of my favorite parts about this set. It's
Yes.
just so cool.
Yeah, it's so cool. And 11, I actually really like what he says here, and it immediately like sets the vibe for the audience at least. 11 tells Rory and Amy that the life out there, it dazzles. It blinds you to the things that are important. I've seen it devour relationships and plans because for one person to have seen all of that, to taste the glory and then go back, it will tear you apart. So I'm sending you two somewhere together.
I do really appreciate that the show makes it clear the doctor is not trying to get between these two. Like, this is not
Yes,
a 9 Rose Mickey situation. The doctor is
exactly.
deliberately trying to like keep Amy and Rory together, and he's not trying to get with Amy. This isn't, like I said, this isn't 9 watching Mickey and Rose go off through the monitor in Boomtown. Like, he's like, I'm sending you guys on a date. You're gonna figure it out. Like, you're gonna stay together. You're gonna make it work.
Mm-hmm.
And I like that. I like that the
Me
show
too.
makes that clear and doesn't try to play this like, is it like, is this a love triangle? Like, what's happening?
Yeah, think of the alternate universe where this was the summer I turned pretty in Doctor Who form.
No, it's I can't go there.
No, me either. However, 11 does need to calm down because it is okay that Rory did not say the TARDIS is bigger on the inside.
I know he's so offended by that. It's so funny.
Yeah.
And this is what I think kind of started the Rory is secretly the master theory because he
Is
knew that it
it?
was just a dimension or something. I remember seeing that as like evidence for the
Oh my
theory.
gosh, that's right. We can talk about that now. Okay, so for the longest time in the Doctor Who fandom, and it's become a joke, like it's
It's a
become an
meme,
inside
yeah.
joke that Rory is a secret master.
I love that. I'm obsessed with the edited photo that's just half of John Sim's face and half of Arthur Darville's face.
Wait, I haven't seen this.
Oh, you've definitely seen it.
Oh,
Wait.
I don't remember.
We will be pulling that up later, but
Okay.
you've definitely seen it.
Okay. That theory is so funny. And also I can't wait until we can talk about Evil Dan. But that's not until 13th era, so sorry, skipped way
I don't
ahead.
even know that man, but I'm ready.
Spoilers.
Amy's reaction to hearing that they're going on a date, she's like, what, like a date? Like, she's all like, she's very not excited about this.
Yeah, she's very leaning towards the doctor still.
Yeah, she's things are weird. The vibes are off. The vibes are bad.
They are bad, but they arrive in Venice, and I love that 11 goes into a whole like thing about Venice and says Venetia, which that is like my vocal stem. I think about that a lot. The way 11 says that.
And everything looks really good. I love like all the sets for this episode. I think it's, for the most part, until the end, which we'll get to, the episode visually looks great.
Agreed. I love every spot in this episode is just absolutely gorgeous, and I'm obsessed with it.
The doctor says he owes Casanova a chicken, which I just think is funny because David Tennant played Casanova,
Yep.
written by
Bruh.
RTD.
Yep.
And Helen, what did I say her name is? Helen
McCroy.
McCroy. She apparently, according to IMDb, played Casanova's mother in the very same Casanova.
Not her playing the doctor's mother.
I know. Not her being David Tennant's mom.
Sorry, that was just really weird to think about.
It is weird. Yeah, but I just thought that was funny. And then what happens next? Where are we? What's going on?
All right, so they're trying to enter Venice, and then they're accosted by this guy, and he's like, "Y'all can't come in here. Our patron, Lady Rosanna Calvieri, isn't letting anyone in or out because of the plague." And 11 immediately is like, "The plague should have died out by now." And then the guy is like, "No, you don't understand. Lady Rosanna herself saw like all the bodies piled high," which makes me believe the plague doesn't exist anymore. Or like it still exists, but it's not as prevalent as it was at this point in time. She just wanted no one in or out of Venice because of her own motivations.
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking too. I'm looking up when did the plague end. It's like what's from like 1353 is when it like kind of died out
Okay.
according to Google. So you said this is what 15?
1580.
Okay, yeah. So this was like post plague times for sure. But yeah, that makes sense. I definitely also got the vibe that she was like telling them about that there was the plague, so no one would come in and no one would leave, which was interesting.
Yeah. And 11 of course uses the psychic paper, and I forget who he was. He was called Your
I forget.
Holiness.
Yeah, and then Amy, I love like how Amy performs it, and how Karen performs it. She's like, they think she's someone too, and she's like,
Mhm.
yeah, it's okay for the misunderstanding. Like she really like plays into it. It's really funny.
Yeah.
What do we
Poor
think about
Rory
Amy?
though.
Oh yeah,
He's a eunuch.
and she's like, oh yeah, I'll explain later. It's classic. What do you think of Amy's outfit in this episode?
Okay, it is a very 2010s outfit, but I have always loved this outfit, and the red scarf makes it.
Yes, the red scarf is my favorite. I think it's like the perfect contrast of color against all these more like muted and yellow and like sandy tones. I just think it looks so good. So yeah, I love it. One of my faves, I think, from at least this series.
Same.
The doctor sees Isabella's dad. He's like looking for her. Things went down quickly. Yeah, they immediately got bad.
Yeah, things immediately start going badly, and you know, Rory starts like kind of asking Amy, like, "Did you miss me? Like, did you even think about me? Like, come on." And she's like, "Rory, this is our date. Can we not please not do this?" And look, Amy, I love you, girl, but I'm so sorry. You cheated on your fiance, and I know you're confused, and obviously like Amy and Rory are unbreakable, but like in this moment, give him some space to process the betrayal.
No, she is at her, I say this with love, she's at her worst in this
Oh,
episode.
100%.
And like poor Rory, like he at multiple points he like asked both of them about it and he never really gets any conversation or like an explanation or discussion or anything. And I feel really bad for him, but I
Yeah.
do think it's really sweet when she says like we're on our day. He just immediately puts everything aside and is like, wow, Venice, this is crazy. And I just think that's so sweet how he kind
Mhm.
of puts his feelings aside and is able to make the most of a situation where, like, so many other people would be like, I'm in a bad mood. because I'm mad at you, so I'm ruining the whole trip. I'm ruining this whole thing. But it's sweet. He just, enjoys playing like tourist and time traveler, and it's very cute to watch.
Yeah, I love the clip of him snapping Amy's picture.
Yeah, me too.
And then 11 decides he's going to break into the school, figure out what's going on, meet this Lady Rosanna. Guido, Isabella's dad, helps him out by making a fuss at the
Mhm.
gate so he's able to slip in. And, he's exploring and he stumbles upon a mirror and checks himself out. And this scene will
Yeah,
never not make me laugh. Like, it's very funny.
it is. And he realizes like the girls they don't have a reflection. Classic
Mm-hmm.
vampire. Very
Yep.
fun. I love how he shows his ID, and it's well, he tries to show the psychic paper, but he doesn't have
Uh-huh.
it. So instead, he shows his library card with a picture of the first Doctor. One of my favorite
Yeah.
bits. Very funny.
Yeah, it's really, really funny. And okay, I want to take a moment to talk about the appearance of the like all of the girls
Mm.
as vampires, because there's just something about the hair and the makeup that is so peak 2010s vampire aesthetic
Yeah,
that there's just something about it. Like, they wouldn't be able to make the same look today. And I say that with, like, I'm being genuine here.
yeah. This was the golden age of vampires in media. We had
Yeah.
Twilight, we had the Vampire Diaries. Even if you weren't even into those things at all.
Um, if you're not watching the video, somehow we got a thumbs down pop up. So,
Yeah, those just happen sometimes, and
and
we
we don't know
can't
what
control
triggers
it,
them.
turn it off, trigger it. It has a life
Yeah.
on its own. But this was the peak of vampire media. So of course Doctor
Mm-hmm.
Who was gonna have to do a vampire episode. But yeah, and the girls look really creepy. They look very like Twilight
Yeah.
esque. I love it. And the teeth I think look good. They look creepy. Yeah.
The teeth are creepy, I will say. They're very
Hmm.
creepy. But yeah, I love how they just like pop up very creepily behind 11 and just like start trying to get close to him. But then, he runs out, but not before mentioning Houdini.
Oh yes, we okay. I wanted to talk about this because I'm trying to track the this
Yes.
this hidden story of this relationship with Houdini. I think this is one of the first like explicit mentions of like the
Yeah.
Doctor saying he hung out with Houdini. If I'm remembering correctly, in Planet of the Ood, Donna is like,
Yes.
"You must have hung out with Houdini," and Ten just says, "These are really good handcuffs," implying perhaps he has hung out with Houdini. And we definitely know the 15th Doctor at that point has definitely hung out with Houdini. And I feel like other doctors mentioned Houdini along the way. So,
Yeah.
yeah, this is a clue in the ever evolving Houdini mystery secret plot of Doctor Who.
Something tells me that several different versions of the Doctor visits Houdini.
Yeah, this is like Houdini must be one of like the Winston Churchill like people in the Doctor's life. Someone that knows who the
Mm,
Doctor is, knows he changes faces, and they're long old friends and they hang out here and there.
so interesting. Like, honestly, even if we someday do get a Houdini episode, I really don't think it's gonna match up to
And they're
anything.
definitely not going to keep up with all these references that they've already
Yeah,
met.
no.
And they'll be like, "Oh my gosh,
No.
Houdini, we're meeting for the very first time."
And it will be like the 27th Doctor in the future.
Yeah.
I don't know why I chose 27 instead of something like 17. I just meant like it's good.
No, you're valid. It's weird to think about there like one day, like, are we gonna keep up this whole number thing forever? Especially because like the numbers have been messed up for over 10 years at this point, but are we going to like keep up with the numbering thing? And I understand it's like from a branding perspective, you have to have like a way to distinguish them all from one another. But like,
are they going to switch to colors?
Colors?
Just kidding. Like they wear a specific color. Sorry, I should have like explained that.
Like like they get like the Taylor Swift album treatment.
Yes,
where they're
exactly.
Okay, what color are we giving 9? I feel like
purple.
A black. Oh, okay, interesting.
I'm feeling like a grungy purple, but maybe black. Okay, 10. I'm feeling brown or yellow.
Brown. Okay, I like brown. I was gonna say blue because of his blue suit, but I like brown. Yeah. 11.
Tweed. I'm just kidding. Tweed. That's not the color. Maybe he's blue. Should he be brown and 10 be blue?
No.
Or should he be blue?
Like red because of the fez?
And the bow tie?
Yeah. So maybe like a dusty,
maroon,
subdued red. Yeah.
12. I think he's more I see purple. Blue.
He's like he's like kind of purple blue.
Yeah, he's like, is it purple? Is it blue? It depends on the person.
I see. I'm thinking purple. Like his TARDIS is kind of purple. I'm seeing purple, personally.
Okay, 13.
Yellow?
Yeah, I was thinking yellow, and I think we both know we're just going to skip over 14 or we're going to be here all day.
It doesn't matter.
We both know what 15's color is, right?
Well, I have an idea, but I don't know.
Orange.
Okay, good. We were on the same page. Yeah, it is orange.
It is orange.
Okay, we did it. We solved it.
We did. I love how we're like, wow, okay, we keep going into like rabbit holes tonight.
That's okay. It's just Vampires of Venice. Like,
yeah, it's not that serious.
We gotta fill the time. Where were we even? Okay,
11's, yeah. Okay, he's so escaping
his dad's house. They Amy and Rory, not Amy and Rory, Amy and the doctor, they had that moment where they were like, oh my gosh, vampires, and Rory's like, y'all are crazy. So then they're at Isabella's dad's house and they're like trying to think of what to do. Rory's sitting on that gunpowder. And I like when he realizes that, you just see Arthur Dorville like slowly moving away.
Yeah, and I love how like Isabella's dad just like keeps popping in and is like, gunpowder, we need to like hit them with it. And 11's like, no.
He's like, nah.
And then Amy's like, come on, you got to send me in there. You know it's the only choice. And Rory is mad about it, and 11 is on the fence. And then they decide she's going to go. And then there's this whole back and forth between her taking 11 as her fiance. And then Rory is like, hello, I'm your fiance. And she's like, okay. And 11 is like, yeah, they've already seen me. So Rory, you can go in with Amy. And to which Amy says, you can play my brother. Girl.
And Rory rightfully calls this out. He's like, why is it weird for me, your fiance, to play your fiance, but not weird for him to play your fiance? This is like, girl, Amy, I love you, but I can't defend you here. Like, this is so terrible and such
a mistreatment
of Rory. Like, imagine being Rory in this scene. Like, I would be freaking out, which he does. Like, he's like, oh, we're gonna have to cancel the caterers, the bands.
Yeah, he has a full crash out.
Yeah, and rightfully so. She would rather call this man her brother than her fiance. And even Isabella's dad is like, I thought you were her fiance, to the doctor, which just makes it worse.
So much worse.
There is like something kind of sweet right at the beginning of all this. The doctor initially says that Amy could pose as his daughter, which I find like weirdly sweet.
No, that is weirdly sweet, and a Time Lord who's lived 907 years way.
And like it just goes back to what I've been saying, where he just always sees Amy as the girl he
Amelia.
met, Amelia Pond. Like it's very sweet. But I do love that Amy has to like be like, you look 9, like you cannot pose as my father. And it made me think of all the times during Peter Capaldi's run where he will be like with Clara and he's like, I'm not old enough to be your dad. And she's like, and he's like, we look the same age. And she's like, no,
No,
no, we
we
don't.
don't. No, you're so right with that. But you know, Amy, she goes in there with Rory. They're separated. As he is leaving Amy behind, the creepy son, you just see it. Rory just sees a flash of his teeth, and immediately Rory is upset. He's mad, and he links up with the doctor because they're going to try to get their way in, and Amy needs to open like this grate so they can climb in to this school. I was going to say castle. It's not a castle. And Amy, nope, sorry. Rory and Eleven have this conversation where they're trying to be quiet, they're trying to get in without being found out, and Rory is just like, "You said she kissed you." And Eleven's like, "Now? You really want to do this now?"
And he's like, yeah, I have a right to know. I'm getting married in 430 years. I love that line.
No, me too. I love that like he stopped and like took the time to do the math.
You know, I just imagine him earlier in the episode being like trying to do the math, and then he like has to pull it. He's like, I'm gonna pull this out at some point.
Yeah, and then 11 is he must have been like telling Rory about like the beast below and just like all of the adventures, Victory of the Daleks, Time of the Angels, and he tells Rory that like I was frightened, but we survived, and then with the relief of it all, she kissed me. It should have been you. That's why I brought you here. What are your thoughts on 11 saying
I think it's
this?
sweet. Like it's like what I was trying to say before. Like he's not trying to be with Amy. He's not trying to get in between them. You know, he really wants these two crazy kids to make it work. And he also, you know, we saw him at the end of last week kind of realize this whole crack in the wall thing, something has to do with them. So I think he also kind of knows, for the sake of like time and the universe, these two have to be together. But there's a lot of great, like, some of our best Rory moments are in this episode. Like,
Yes.
Rory immediately clocks the doctor's tea. He reads this man to filth.
Mm-hmm.
I love it. I One of the first things he says, I didn't write everything down like word for word, but he says like, what makes you dangerous or something isn't because uh, you make people reckless. It's because you make people want to impress you, which is such strong writing and such a good read on the character. Because yeah, it's not like he's purposefully. It makes me think of Journey's End and Davros being like, look at what you've created. Like it's not like he
Mm-hmm.
is on this mission to turn these people into soldiers or risk takers, but that's kind of who all the companions end up becoming, because they so desperately want to impress the doctor and, you know, get that feeling. And I just think it's really interesting to think about.
Yeah, and he continues telling 11 that you make it so that they don't want to let you down. You have no idea how dangerous you make people to themselves when you're around. And as you were saying, like he just clocks this immediately. This is his first like true adventure with the doctor. The 11th hour doesn't really count in my opinion. And he's immediately seeing the doctor for who he is, who he makes people become.
And
And
another thing to think about too is Rory has, in a way, kind of always known about the doctor because he and Amy grew up
oh
together, and
yeah.
he, you know, they grew up and he played the doctor and they had all these games. So he has seen firsthand throughout most of his life, through his entire relationship with Amy, how he has affected her and impacted her whole life and her state of
Mm-hmm.
mind. And, you know, there's probably a lot of things that happened for them after the 11th hour that we didn't get to see, and who knows how that impacted Amy at the time. So even though this is their like first official adventure together, the Doctor's already been this kind of silent figure in Rory's life for so long, so he's already seen the impact that he has on people.
Yeah, and this is like one of my favorite monologues from the show.
Yeah.
Just this moment between Rory and 11, and it's so good. And I love that, like, as awkward as everything is in this episode, I feel like Rory and 11 are kind of getting it all out there between the two of them, kind of from the get-go. Just like 11 is like, I don't want to get between you two. Rory is like, I see you for who you are. And it is kind of refreshing that right off the bat, it isn't like a Mickey situation where he's just bumbling along for the ride. It's like, no, he knows what's up.
Yeah. No, I do really like that. Okay. So meanwhile, like Amy's in the house or whatever, she's sneaking around, and they're already caught because the fish queen, the fish lady, like she clocked the psychic paper or whatever. Oh, I do like the scene. They're kind of like explaining to her, like, oh, all my kids in the water or whatever. It doesn't really matter. But Amy just, oh, she's like, oh, you're gonna be wed to blah blah blah, and then Amy's like, well, sorry, but I'm kind of engaged, and then she kicks her.
Wait, what? That's not what she said.
Yeah, it is.
No, it's not.
What do you think she says?
She says, we're drinking you until you're dry, and then we will fill you up with our blood until your humanity is a dream, unless you die. In which case, there's 10,000 husbands awaiting you. To Amy, okay. And that's when Amy says the engaged part.
Okay, yeah. I couldn't remember what the fish lady says. I was like, okay. Something about the suns and the water. It doesn't really matter, okay?
Well, all I heard was like you saying something wet, and I'm like, huh? I don't remember.
No, so valid, honestly. I'm sure I was confusing everyone listening to this, but I do like just Amy kicking her. I think that's funny.
It's iconic.
It is. And then suddenly Isabella, you know, we thought she was like full in with this whole vampire thing. I guess she's not, because then she actually helps them escape. And sadly for Isabella now, like, she can't go outside, so they end up, but then she's outside later and fine, but
that's what yeah, that's what I'm confused about. It's like she's like, the sun, and then she's in the sun as she's being kicked off the dock into the canal.
It's weird to me that they kill off Isabella and her dad. Like, I feel like typically they would be like, oh, and now they have a happy ending and they're together and it's okay. But instead they kind of just kill them off, and their deaths don't really mean anything or have any major impacts.
Yeah, and both Guido and Isabella just yell, but we're Venetian!
But we're Venetian!
I'm like, yes. You're so right for that, but also, why is that the only, like, defining moment of your characters?
And for both of them, that's like their final words. Like, what?
And why is she the traitor? What did she do?
Well, she helped Amy escape. That's why they're killing her.
Oh, okay.
But yeah, but when they're killing her, some guy says, in the memory of the children lost to the silence. Mm-hmm. And this is kind of the first episode where the silence is really more discussed. Like, it was mentioned in the 11th hour, but this is like, we're hearing more about the silence. And look, Stephen Moffat, he didn't really know what the silence was gonna be yet, but like, it still kind of works, I guess.
Yeah, in this episode, the silence is very much treated as like the silence that falls after worlds and people fall into the crack, not so much the silence beings. But I mean, you know, it still works. Could be stronger, but it still works.
Yeah.
like in this
Yeah.
episode.
I really like the end, which we'll get to, but it's fine.
Agreed.
But I do love is I think she's so funny in this scene. She's like, I can swim. You know that, right? Like we can all swim. We're Phoenician. Very funny.
It is funny. But like, I'm sorry. It's so like horrifying. I don't know why I'm saying I'm sorry, but it's so horrifying that she is pushed to her death in the water where 10,000 creepy male fish are waiting for 10,000 of Mama's boys.
Ugh, no.
No,
No.
no, just no, thank you. I'm done. Goodbye.
No, thank you.
Oh yeah, that's we figure out basically like the whole plot behind Lady Rosanna is that because of the cracks in time and like the silence, their world, Saturn, I don't know if it was Saturn Night or Saturn 9. It was hard. I wasn't watching this with subtitles, so I was struggling. Please put this back on streaming, I beg.
No,
Anyways,
not having subtitles is so hard and annoying.
it is, especially when you're taking notes and it's like you hear one thing, but like you're like, I could hear this could be something else. What was I? Oh yeah. So basically, she came to Venice as a refuge, basically for her and her sons because all of the girls died off. So she's gathering. The reason she has this school is she's gathering all of these girls to become fish, so they can link up with the male fish and create a whole new colony of their fish kind. I don't remember what they're called. Do we even find out what they're called?
No. We just know like the planet they're from, so you could I don't know, guess.
Oh yeah. I do like though how 11, by the way, totally random. I just
Yeah,
love this.
we've skipped a lot.
Yeah.
They're like in this. She like walks back into the throne room or whatever, and he's just sitting there.
I
One
love
of
that
his
shot
most
so
iconic
much.
shots. Yes, this is another shot that like haunted the internet for years.
Like on Tumblr, like y'all don't understand this, and then Moriarty with the crown. These two images together, unstoppable. Unstoppable.
Yeah, they were everywhere. You could
everywhere.
Not escape.
Yeah, I do love how 11 says, "Long way from Saturn 9, aren't you, sister of the water?"
Yeah.
Which
Also,
is giving sister of the flood, like cousin.
Oh, yeah. Also they're fish people, not vampires. we haven't we've said that, but we haven't really said it. Which people complain about. People are like, just let them be vampires. Why? I don't know. People are boring. I love when Doctor Who does this. Yeah. I love when they're like the werewolf, it's actually an alien. The vampires, they're actually alien. And people don't like that. But I love it. I think it's so funny.
No, it is so funny. And another classic moment. An alien wanting to make a new world with the Doctor, pair up, and the Doctor's like, but like, what about the people you killed? What about Isabella? And she's like, who? Isabella who?
One thing I will say, it's kind of nice that she's not even trying to like take over the whole world or kill the whole world. She just kind of wants Venice.
True. Like, I can respect it. Not that I agree with it, but I can respect her not wanting world domination. She just wants a spot for her and her kids. She went about it in the wrong way. Do you think like 11 gave her a proper choice?
Because you know what? I don't think so. I think there's more he could have done for them. And like, look, I'm not defending her or the fish people. Like, they're messed up for turning everyone into fish people or whatever. But they are just kind of like when she dies and she's like, "Oh, can you handle?" What does she say? Can your conscience carry the weight of another dead race? Oh, crazy line.
Yeah, crazy.
Like they are just kind of like refugees. They like came through the cracks or whatever. So I do feel like there's more that could have been done, but obviously that they're dealing with the constraints of being a Doctor Who episode. So I get it, but I also do really like how the Doctor says this is all because you didn't know Isabella's name. I love that.
Me too. I
Like, I
really
think
love that.
for a moment he's like, maybe I could help you, maybe I could trust you, but the fact that she doesn't know Isabella's name and she's not taking that seriously and the death of
Yeah.
these people seriously, that's where he's like, no.
Yeah, like I can't trust this woman to
Mm-hmm.
like keep everyone safe. And I mean, she wants to drown the entire town of Venice, which at this point had like 200,000 people living there. And then after this scene, they go back to Isabella's house, Isabella's dad's house, where they're kind of regrouping, trying to figure out what to do, what's the right strategy. Then, like, I'm just going to call them the vampires, even though they're fish. The vampires come after them, and oh, we also find out the Sonic heals wounds. So that's
Oh,
cool.
I missed
Yeah.
that. When does it do that?
Because Amy had bite marks and 11 sonicked her bite marks and they went away.
Dang, I was not paying attention during that. That's wow. Every day the Sonic can do a new thing.
Except Sonic through wood.
Yeah, of course, of course.
And I love the clip where 11, like Amy starts talking and he covers her mouth. Rory starts talking, he covers
Yeah.
her mouth. Isabella's dad starts talking and then he has Rory cover his mouth. It's just very funny. And then, you know, that he kind of figures out that like Lady Rosanna is going to brew up a storm so she can drown Venice. And so he's like, I gotta go. So him, Amy, and Rory dip out, and then Isabella's dad at the last second stays there and is like, for Isabella, for Venezia, because I'm Venetian. And
I'm
he just,
Venetian. Yeah.
yeah, he just,
Dies. Yeah, again, it makes
yeah,
me kind of sad. It's like, oh, okay, we're just like, I don't
yeah,
know. And like, I just feel like he dies for what? Like, I know,
exactly. For
like,
what reason?
he kills the fish people and like that ruins the whole plan or whatever, but it's like for what? And then they just kind of move on so quickly. Like they've been hanging out with this guy this whole episode, like he's the
Mm-hmm.
whole reason we're here, and then he just dies and we just move on. It's just like in
Yeah.
another episode he and Isabella, like they'd be okay at the end, but they're just kind of
Yeah.
like killed for no real reason, and it's, I don't know, it's just weird. I don't like it.
No, totally agree with you. It's like not even focused on.
No, especially not like his death. And again, like we've been hanging out with this man this whole time.
Yeah. Like there's no mention of them at the end. Nothing.
Yeah,
It's very weird. It's very
it is
weird.
weird.
Because usually if there's like deaths like this, like there's something. There's some sort of sadness or some sort of slight mention.
Mm-hmm.
No, not really. And then, oh yeah, 11 tells Amy and Rory to like go back to the TARDIS. And Amy's like, no. 11 yells at Amy and is like, go back to the TARDIS, like I told you. And Rory
Mm-hmm.
just tells him thank you, which I find really cute.
I do really like that. Like he's taking Rory's words to heart. Like he was
Yeah.
really paying attention when Rory was like having it at him earlier in the episode, and now he's, you know, trying to send them away to be safe. So I really liked that.
Yeah. And something I just remembered, this version of Amy, she doesn't have parents.
Yeah.
She's lived with her aunt.
Yeah.
She has all of these wild abandonment issues. She's confused. Like, it's the night before her wedding, still, technically. So, you know, there's lots of things at play. Not fully excusing her because how she treated Rory in this episode is foul, and thankfully she starts treating him better in the next episode. But her and Rory are thankfully on their way to making up
Yeah.
because, you know, he defends her from the creepy son, and then she ends up like basically killing him with the reflection. I just love that scene so much.
Me too. I love him walking up the steps and he's like, "Oh, I'm being reviewed now." And then she just kisses him. I think is very sweet. And earlier I love Rory being like, "The only thing uglier than you is your mom."
Mom.
And of course the creepy fish guy is like super offended by this.
I
What did you
love a
say
good
about
yo
mommy?
mama joke.
Classic.
Yeah. And then 11 yells at Amy and Rory again because they came back to help him.
Mm-hmm. My favorite thing about this whole part is like everything, the sky gets really dark, like it's very cloudy because something's happening, who knows, but you can tell it was filmed on like the most perfect sunniest day possible because the lighting is so weird. Like they show us the dark sky, but you see like the people on the streets and you can tell it's a bright sunny beautiful day. And so just this is, I referenced this earlier, but this is where the episode just starts to look very funky because of the lighting, which isn't their fault.
Yeah.
You know, what can you do? But it's just very funny.
No, it is really funny. They did the best with what they had for sure. And 11, he climbs up the bell tower, gets the bells to stop ringing, and then he deactivates the storm device, I guess, and then everyone cheers for him and they're really excited and
I
happy.
have in my notes, when he's climbing the tower, I literally wrote down, I have no memory of this because I think everything with like the earthquake and then him like climbing the tower, I don't know why, but I was like, I don't remember this at all. You can tell, like, this is what I meant when I said the episode kind of falls apart at the end. Like, what's even going on here? I didn't
What's
even
the
remember this
point?
part. Yeah, and I know this episode very well. I've seen it many times, but here I
Same.
was like,
Yeah.
he's climbing a tower. Something's with the
I always remember.
weather.
Yeah, I always remember him climbing the tower for some reason. But
Brand
like I
new to
never
me.
remember the specifics. That's so funny. That's really, really funny. But after this moment, he and Lady Rosanna just have this last interaction. That's, when she asks him about like another species being on his conscience. But before she says that, he tells her that I told you can't go back and change time. You mourn, but you live. I know, Rosanna. I did it. And I just really like that because you can see he's so wounded from all the loss he's experienced. But again, this could have been written stronger and could have. I wish he had given her more of a chance
Yeah,
to like
like
troubleshoot.
I agree. I think on a different day, these two would be allies, if not even
Yeah.
friends. But they're just kind of on the separate side of this. And then she dies. She kills herself.
I
What's
guess.
happening here? I was hoping someone could tell me. But like, aren't her kids in here? Like, what's because it seems like she dies because he is like, Rosanna,
Yeah.
no. Why does she die?
So I'm assuming that she was found out. She knows her scheme isn't going to work. So maybe she knows that like all of her sons are just going to die off eventually in the canal.
I guess. I don't know. Again, another
Don't
thing
go in
where
the
I'm like,
canal. Don't go in the canal, y'all, in Venice.
really? Oh, okay.
No, I was making a joke because what if they're still
Oh,
there?
I thought I thought you were being serious. I was like,
No.
oh, because the Hudson River and the
Oh,
Thames, like they're like, yeah, don't go in there.
yeah.
There's like centuries of dead bodies in there, and it's like, oh yeah,
Oh, I'm sure the Venice Canal is not clean by any stretch of the imagination. But no, I was just making a joke of like, what if they're still there?
yeah. Have you seen those videos of the dolphins in the Venice Canal?
Yes, I
I
did. That
love
was actually really
it.
cool. I was just thinking about that actually.
Yeah. Have you been to Venice?
No.
No, me either.
I have met a Guido though.
What's that?
The name of Isabella's dad, Guido.
Oh.
I've met a real Italian man named Guido, and we do not have enough time on this podcast, nor do you guys want to hear it of my interaction. But let me just tell you, Guido, shout out to you, King. I'm sorry I didn't want to let you carry me up and down the stairs of the place we were staying.
Oh yes, I remember this. Oh, nice.
Very nice,
Um.
yeah.
So yeah, that's kind of it for the episode. The Fish Queen
Oh,
dies. Oh, okay.
Yeah, at the very end, Amy tells Rory to stay and travel, and then she says, I got my spaceship, got my boys, my work here is done. I love that clip so
Me
much.
too.
It's so cute. And then suddenly it's just silent. There's no chickens, no people, nothing.
Yeah, I do really like that moment. And the like audio um editing of that I think is really cool, and just them like, oh, it's so haunting. Like, and
Yeah,
at this point we don't know anything about the silence. I don't know, it's very creepy. I like it.
me too. And I love the ending shot of them shooting through the keyhole to
Hmm.
of the TARDIS. I find that really cool. And that's the end of the episode.
Yeah, overall I like it. It's a fun time. The plot, it's one of those episodes where it's like, shh, don't look at the plot. Don't worry about the plot. It's okay.
Yeah.
The
Just go
plot
for the
is,
vibes.
yeah, the plot is the vibes. The plot is like Amy, Rory, the doctor. Don't worry about the actual plot, okay? It doesn't matter. But yeah, it's a fun time. I
It
can't help but
is.
enjoy it, even if I don't understand anything that's happening at the
So
end.
real.
But who's the star of the show?
Honestly, I have to give it to Isabella and her dad. Like, I really do. You know, they're Venetian.
Yeah, they're Venetian. I'm gonna give it to the creepy vampire girls, because you always think about them when you think about this
So
episode.
true.
They look good. They're vampires, but fish, but human. They're cool. Like,
They're multifaceted.
yeah, they're complex. What is the heart of this episode?
The heart of this episode is that, like, if you have a woman in your life who cheats on her man, don't pop up at her man's stag party in a cake to tell him she
Mm,
cheated with you.
yeah, yeah. For me, the heart of the episode is if your man doesn't drunkenly call you from his stag
Yes,
or bachelor party, he ain't your man. Find a new man.
exactly. Find
Yeah,
a new man. Find a new
find a new
man.
man. Yeah. Do we have any reviews from the past?
Oh, yes, we sure do. They're all from IMDb, and there's one review I'm really looking forward to reading,
Oh, I'm
but we'll get
excited.
there. All right. So, this first review was written by the user Tweakums on May 8th, 2010. And I'm just going to read the last paragraph of their review where they say that I enjoyed this episode. It had a good mix of scares and laughs, although I could have done without the yours is bigger than mine quip when the doctor produced a larger torch than Rory's. Agreed.
Steven, I know Moffat didn't write this episode, but I
Yeah.
something tells me he wrote that joke, because he does
Dave the
love that
Doctor.
joke. Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
I can't. It's
It's
like eye
dumb.
roll. I don't even want to talk about it. It's haha, it's so funny. It's so
Mm.
hilarious. Good job everyone. You did it.
Yeah. But continuing on their review, they also say, as a previous reviewer said, it is a shame that this was a single episode story. The moment Amy was bitten by the leading vampire would have made a great cliffhanger of the sort we got in the old days. It would have also meant the ending would feel less rushed. Rory was a decent addition to the team and didn't damage the excellent dynamic that has built up between Amy and the Doctor.
I definitely don't need this to be a two-parter.
Agreed. Agreed. There was a lot of reviews that said they wish this was a two-parter.
Why? That's so interesting. I mean, I get from like the plot perspective, but I don't know if the setting and the characters and the villain really warrants it being a two-parter.
Yeah,
But
agreed.
they should have just wrote a better ending. Is what they should have done.
They really should have. They should have strengthened this plot up, you know?
Yeah.
All right, so this next review is by the user Murder Face Mesa, and they wrote on May 22nd, 2010. And they say that first off, I know nothing of all the minds behind the show. I've been a fan for a long time, like back when I was a kid and it came on PBS. Now I enjoy the overall plotline of the cracks in time. This show needs that seasonal theme, and it is working so far. The ideas of vampires being aliens. Okay, sorry, this reviewer, no tea, no shade, but grammar isn't a thing. Sense
No, that's okay.
isn't there. So if this doesn't make sense, it's not my undoing. But they say that the idea of vampires being aliens, they were pretty sick looking aliens, but my slight problem is why is it always Earth? Spend some money, BBC, and let's try more planets. I enjoy time, but I would like to see more planets.
I agree. I mean, I like the setting. I like being in Venice. I think that's new, but like, we gotta like see another planet.
Agreed. They continue by saying that now the subplot line fell flat. To quote another reviewer, Rory is the new Mickey, which was someone I never cared for. Comic canon fodder works, but it takes someone with a very, very select sense of comedy timing. Whoever is writing this needs to cut back a bit. Captain Jack made a great male sidekick. His comic timing was more Cary Grant, no Rory's Jerry Lewis. He might improve over time if he remains a traveling man, but I hope the jealous theme doesn't play too much into the rest of the season.
Ooh, we'll see. I think Arthur Darville, he has his own kind of unique comedic timing and sense that he brings to the show, which I personally always really enjoy. It's very like kind of a dry not is dry humor. I don't know, but whatever he's doing, I like it. But this is
It works.
very early stages. Like if you're watching this for the first time, you don't know Rory yet. You don't know anything. So I can understand here if you're like, oh, it's just another Mickey situation again.
See, but I don't understand that because I feel like they're off from the get go. They're two very different characters.
They are very different. Like Mickey is so whiny in series 1. He's like, Rose,
literally holding onto her legs.
No, you're so right. And he's like, you're never gonna stay here, are you? But Rory's, like all his reasons for being upset are so very valid. And
Yeah.
he's, maybe not as into this whole time traveling thing as Amy is, but he's not trying to like stop her. He's not whining, like he's not being so annoying.
Yeah. And they're, Mickey at the start of his arc on the show, much different place. Like he was very young, and while Rory is definitely young and so is Amy, maturity wise they're in different spots.
They are, yeah. I think Rory, like he's someone, even compared to Amy, I think he has his life a little more settled. Like he's a nurse, he's been a nurse for a hot minute at this point. Like he's a little more stable, which I think is why he's the one that's ready to be like, let's get married, let's be Mr. and Mrs. Pond, Mr. and Mrs. Williams, while Amy is still, she's still growing up, she's still trying to figure things out.
Agreed. I completely agree with you. This last review I was gonna read is just talking about, it's by the user Safety Light. It was written on May 7th, 2010. And they're just talking about how, like, this was a fun episode, but once again, the new creative minds behind Matt Smith's Doctor were swollen on enthusiasm and good ideas, but starved on time. It's a real shame because there's so much genuine good energy in this new series, but the hour time slot just isn't a big enough canvas. And as a result, the finished product once again felt rushed. Moffat to stick to two-parters. The previous Stone Angels 2-episode story was wonderful. The pacing fit the amount of material, but Vampires, while not as horribly crammed as the beasts below, still suffered, particularly in the last quarter. I want to point out that just because there's a lot of good intention and obvious skill in these new episodes, it should not be taken as a free pass. Episodes 2 and 3 of this current season of Doctor Who were so bad, it actually hurt to watch them. They could have been brilliant, but instead they were disasters of which the creator should be ashamed. Vampires was nearly good enough, worth a 7 out of 10, but it would have been an easy 9 had it been stretched out for another 50 minutes.
Wow.
I shudder to imagine what this episode must have played like on American TV, where an extra 5 minutes was cut out to make room for more advertising.
What 5 minutes did they cut?
That's what I want to know.
Oh
I have
my
no
gosh.
idea.
I bet maybe it must have been like the fight with the creepy son. Like,
Oh,
I
you
don't know
know
what
what?
else
That
they
would
could have
make
cut.
yeah. Yeah. I guess yeah. I was gonna say a Rory stag party, but
No, you have to have that.
you have to have that. I
That's
don't know.
crazy.
Like I haven't
Oh my
heard
god.
any like
Maybe
scenes from this
we've
being
been
cut.
watching the shorter version this whole time. Maybe we're missing some crucial 5 minutes.
That would be crazy. I don't think we are though, because I feel like we would have found it
Yeah,
after
I guess
all these
so.
years of being a Doctor Who fan, but
Right? Um
theoretically,
yeah, it's kind of interesting. Like we talked a lot about this year when we were doing series 15 that like an hour is just not long enough for these episodes, and like yeah, I guess that's kind of always been the problem here. Like that's
yeah.
why classic Who dragged stories out for like 17 parts or whatever. They're just, it's hard to tell like a
Mhm.
story and have a not rushed ending within this
Yeah.
limited amount of time. So
And I
I
don't
don't
think it
know.
has to be a case of like where there has to be multiple parts or it has to be like an hour and a half. Like sometimes an episode could genuinely benefit with like a literal extra 4 or 5 minutes.
Yeah, totally.
So I wish there was more wiggle room in that regard for like specific episodes. Episodes like this, honestly, I don't think 5 minutes would have saved any of the plot. It would have just dragged it on. All right, sorry if there was like an abrupt jump cut. We had to take a temporary break because real life popped in for a
Yeah.
second. But we are back, and with that, we have concluded the Vampires of Venice.
Thank you guys so much for listening and for listening to us all of 2025
Yeah.
or whenever you're listening to this.
Thank you so much. Truly, like your support, your listens, your downloads, your follows on Spotify, subscribing to us on YouTube, and like all the platforms. It means like so much to us. Crazy that we're here.
I
Something
know.
really exciting that I'm going to crash out about as soon as I say this, but next month, which is January, will be 2 years of our podcast.
I know. It's so crazy. And I'm so excited for this next year ahead because I know it's
Yes.
just gonna be like the whole Matt Smith era, and then we
Mm-hmm.
have so many exciting things to come, and then a year from now we'll have brand new Doctor Who, and no
Yes.
matter what that looks like, I will be
It's
excited to
exciting.
see.
It's
It's
exciting, you
exciting.
know,
Yeah.
when there's new stuff to watch, it's exciting. And yeah,
And
but
eventually we'll get to watch the spin-off.
eventually we will. We'll keep you updated on when we'll cover that. It really depends
Yeah.
on when it will come over to international viewers like us. But yeah, thanks so much for listening to us. Don't forget to follow us on Instagram and TikTok at timingwimeypod.
And email us anything and everything to timingwimeypod@gmail.com, and we'll read it on an episode.
Exactly. And with all of that, Merry Christmas, Happy New Year, and we will see you all on and talk to you guys on January 7th. All about Amy's
Bye.
choice.
Amy's choice. Yes.
Yes.
Bye.
Bye.